Hey everybody, how's it going? It's That Nerd Ryan here. Welcome to this month's comic review for July, not June, July 2023. We're doing the same way that we did last month. I actually really liked how that turned out, so we're going to do it again. We only have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 comics this month. A lot shorter than last month, which I think was like 17. Or some crazy number like that. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead, cover all 8. High Republic is over for now, so obviously there's no more High Republic. But every other main story has gotten an issue this month. So we're going to start with Star Wars number 36, which is this one right here. So Leia wants to use the opportunity of the Force being weak to attack the Emperor and Vader, and they will do that by attacking Coruscant. The plan does seem very sketchy and hair-strung, but the ships are smuggled in through foul-smelling fertilizer. The team consists of Lando and a bunch of A-Wings. They make planetfall, but lose a fighter and are swarmed by TIEs. They plan to bomb a statue, but it's guarded by turrets, so it was basically already known that this plan was going to attack. Chewie and Lando save Nanyub while destroying the statue. They escape through Coruscant's core, which I thought was pretty cool. And then, even though they didn't succeed in the objective, the mission was a salvaged success. I gave that story an 8 out of 10. I'm excited to see where the story goes next. Next is Yoda number 9, which is this one right here. The giant droid begins its assault. It is impervious to lightsabers. Yoda goes inside the droid and gets locked in as it shoots up to space. Yoda's trapped in it after disabling it and faces his fate, which is basically asphyxiation. Yoda has Anakin use the Force to slow it down so he can retrieve it. Yoda evacuates the Mega Droid and jumps into Anakin's cargo area. Current day, Yoda communicates with Obi-Wan. Yoda blames himself for everything and thinks the galaxy is better off without him. We're getting the next issue, or the last issue next month. I gave that one an 8 out of 10. Next is Darth Vader number 36, which is this one right here. I have to say, they did these throwback, comics this month, and I think Star Wars is coming out with one next. I really like these variants, so hopefully I get all 4. I do have 3. So for 36, a droid rebellion is rising up. All the droids in the rebellion were personally killed by Darth Vader. The plan is to work together to defeat him. 000 and BT-1 are in this rebellion just for the funsies. Current day, they attack Vader and only Vader. They don't attack Aphra or Ochi, who are also there. The first wave succeeds in distraction. The second wave fails in damaging. One of the past droids that's kind of leading the rebellion, Arex, uses his connection to Vader's parts to try and stop him, but is thrown off a cliff, which is how he died the last time. Vader then turns him to his side. Vader had Zed as an inside man to betray them from their when the time came. Zed is the droid that worked with him and Sabe recently, by the way. 000 changes sides again, just for fun. And then Aphra thinks of escaping and taking Ochi with her. She does run off and starts looking for Luke, which is how it ties into the current run of Dr. Aphra. And Vader rebuilds them as his own droid army. I gave that one a 9 out of 10. Bounty Hunters number 36, which is this one right here. The crew leaves on Boba Fett's starship, or Slave 1, leaving Katak behind to guard the ship. Valance is barely holding on to his memory. They stage turning Boba Fett into Black Sun as a double cross. Black Sun turns on them before they sprung their trap, but Boba gets out of his binders. Everyone has their moment to shine in this fight, including Dirge and Bosk and everybody. Boba holds his end of the bargain and gives them the name and location of Tar Kilzin, who is the only person that can repair Valance's mind. I gave that one a 7 out of 10. Next is Rebellion number 1. So I believe this is the last or the second to last Return of the Jedi exclusive comic. This is 3 days before the Battle of Endor. A bounty hunter is assigned to assassinate Mon Mothma. The rebellion was tipped off 3 days prior. Mon refuses to take any protection, wanting it all to serve the rebellion and not herself. At this, Ackbar calls anything that happens to Mothma is a trap. Ackbar calls upon Poe's parents to find out who the assassin is and how to stop him. They use a Spice Runner ship to infiltrate. The Spice Runners of Kijimi are after Mon Mothma. If you guys don't remember who that is, that's Zori Bliss from Rise of Skywalker. Kes and Shara find the broker, but it's an ambush. Shara gets a data pad that's encrypted, but is able to unlock it. Mon met with an ex-Spice Runner who end up actually being a double cross and trying to attack her, but actually wasn't a double cross. Literally that happened in like 3 panels where, oh yeah, he's a double cross. Actually he's not. He sacrificed himself to help Mon Mothma, except again, he didn't. He ended up surviving. Shara and Kes stop the assassination attempt and are then saved by Mon. They finally addressed the Bothan problem that, like, the information of the Emperor going to the Death Star was by the Bothans, which I believe I've been saying for, like, ever since they released Crimson Empire, Hidden Empire. But I gave this one a 6 out of 10. Next is Dr. Aphra number 34. So flashback to Elia and Shakti's stopping the what's called a Star Weird, which is a planet eater. The current day, Luke and Aphra have unleashed it on accident. It has Force-like abilities, but isn't using the Force. It actually turns out that it's manipulating gravity. The bell dampens the Star Weird's power, so Aphra uses a reflection to trick the Star Weird. Then she used a hollow projector of Shakti and Elia to distract it. It knocks Luke off the ledge, and Aphra uses Luke's lightsaber to fight it. And then Luke ends up using Aphra's blaster in the fight too. Luke uses the Force to trap it back in the bell, and then he steals it from Aphra. I gave that an 8 out of 10. Next is Darth Vader, Red, White, and Black number 4, which thankfully is the last one. I wasn't really that big of a fan of this series. But yeah, so the first story finishes off the captured storyline where Vader just starts destroying rebels with just the Force. Then he gets his lightsaber back. The man that trapped him brags that he won even if Vader lets him die, until Vader knocks him out and throws him into a nest of creatures. The reason why he figured he won against Vader was because he made Vader immobile, so Vader went ahead and used the Force to make him immobile but still feel everything, so when he's eaten alive by these creatures, he feels every bit of it, which is very dark. And Vader basically says another JoJo reference in the last 2 days, where he's basically like, the only reason why I won is because you pissed me off, which is Jotaro's line at the end of Stardust Crusaders. But yeah, he's basically like, I won because I'm me, and you made me mad. So next mission is Vader is on a scouting mission where he gets infected by a pathogen and put under quarantine, which he's reluctantly in. It causes him to hallucinate in his head and fight the virus. And the virus throws him into a fire after fighting hand-to-hand, because Vader doesn't have his lightsaber or can use the Force. And he gets thrown in the fire and then controls the fire, and just through sheer willpower pushes the virus out of his body, gets it killed by Bacta, goes back down to the planet, and kills the rest of the virus with his lightsaber. So Vader wins. The last story is Vader returning to Hoth. He returns to Hoth due to a probe droid being destroyed. And it ends up that it was destroyed by Wampas, so he has to fight them, where they destroy his chest plate and his ship. So he has to survive in a ATTE that is downed, all while losing the ability to breathe and everything like that. He ends up killing all the Wampas, and then is rescued by his suit's like homing beacon, where he then kills the commander that sent him to Hoth, or that asked about going to Hoth. Vader ended up going himself out of his own fruition, but yeah. I gave that a 6 out of 10. And finally, we have Hyperspace Stories number 6. This one follows Greedo. It's his first job with Jabba. He tries to offer Jabba his favorite food, but is stopped by the guards. He's been down on his luck looking for work. Then he met this woman he fell for, named Benin Gali. She starts using him to do her dirty work and is played as love. She was stealing the gem but manipulated Greedo into thinking it was an escape. She leaves him behind, as well as using Jabba too for his money. Greedo meets up with Jabba and they become friends, but when they both realize they're played by Burnin, Greedo promises to make it right. Greedo ends up letting her go to capture a Wookiee that was messing with Jabba's spice trade. Turns out that wasn't the Wookiee, it was a toy maker that he trapped, which Greedo uses this opportunity to have the toy maker make toys for Rhoda. It was really hard to figure out when this took place. I think it was supposed to be right after episode 1, because Jabba just had Rhoda, and they talk about the Separatists blocking off trade. So it's either between episodes 1 and 2, or between 2 and 3. But yeah, so out of all these guys, I gotta say my favorite one of this month has to be Darth Vader number 36. I thought that was a very fun one, and it actually had a lot of comical moments in it. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell. Follow me on all my social media down below. It's that Nerd Ryan, signing off.